Morning folks, just trying to make a quick 5-minute video. This is the second take because hubby's at home working in the bathroom and he keeps running up and down the stairs. This is a journal I've been making this week with June's Spirits of the Forest collection, which she made knowing the kind of stuff that I really like. I have spent too many hours in dark woods on my own to be scared of anything that I might come across. And I just love it. The characters, the colourway, the hint of Celticness about it. So I printed them off paper, stickers, loads of bits. I mean, I've printed these off half size. The figure's full size, but these bits are half size. And the double page spreads are half size I've used. The main journal I've made is a fin spine, where you make the zigzaggy and stick the pages onto it. The pages themselves are made from packaging paper that came with, everybody sends a big box. It wasn't Amazon, it was an eBay. But they send you a big box and stuff it full of paper, and it's like chip shop paper. So I've folded that, glued it, folded it some more, made it stronger. But yeah. And I've covered the whole thing, which is hardboard, grey board. I have a stack of that. And just a fat quarter of fabric from Hobbycraft. You know, you get like 5 fat quarters for £8, £8. And it's a nice Hessian. And I actually invest in book binding glue. Because when you're sticking things like fabric, it just dries so quick. There's minimal water content, so when you're sticking papery stuff, it doesn't warp it. But I have also used glue sticks and regular PVA glue. Anyway, quick flip through, Gina. I will probably stick more stuff in it, but I wanted to leave a lot of journaling space. So inside the cover, we have a magnetic envelope, which will have stuff in it. This is book page from Gardener's Almanac that I have. So, in fact, I can show you because it's here outside of me. And I've been taking the pages out and using them. Even some of the writing, because it's got lovely things like gardening crafts and things like that in it as well, like that lot. It has a recipe and things in it, cooking recipes. So I've been using those pages as my book pages, weather things like that. So, and then these are all printed on sticker paper, so I can just stick them in. So I've got a pocket there. I haven't put anything in that yet. What can I stick in there just for now? I won't. I'll do something after. I've got to make some cards to stick in them. But I've also been playing with the laminator. June said, "Oh, have you ever thought of laminating pressed flowers? Do you think it'd work?" Well, it works-ish. Big flowers, the fatter the flower, not good. It gets all crinkly and it breaks your laminator. But for your bog standard little flowers, I don't think I've got any left that I haven't used. I think I've used them all. Things like buttercups and forget-me-nots and such. Dry pressed them in the microwave, put through the laminator, and it's matte laminating pockets rather than glossy. So I like the finish better on those. And then glued them on. And I've used Amazon packaging and a bit of green cardstock. And on the pages, like I said, it's like a 4-layer of chippy paper. It's newspaper is what it is, without the print on it. And it gives that lovely crinkliness. And because it doesn't like being wet, when you glue all the pages in together in layers, I just use glue stick. And it makes it all nice and crinkly. Doodled round the edges. Because you don't always have to use a stamp, you can just doodle. Another pocket on the other side. That was a double page spread printed small. There again you see another dried flower stuck on. I've always wanted to use pressed flowers, and I was always thought, well, they're just going to get destroyed on the pages. But when they're laminated, you can touch them, look, and it doesn't hurt them. Just don't break your laminator doing it. I tried to put a whole rosebud through it, didn't fit. Flippy out thing, again made with a double page spread, folded, cut in half. Stickers. All these gorgeous images obviously are bigger and would make nice little journal cards in their own right, which is probably what I'll do for those pockets on the front. Print out some bigger ones. Another little pocket. This is more of the Hessian fabric. Another dried flower. Little tags and labels. A card made out of the half a page. And I didn't realise that the script should use some of my writing, which are lovely little poems about nature. So definitely a me kit. But again, like I said, this wants to be more for writing in, or even sticking fresh pressed flowers. You know, when you find more later on, I could collect all my pressed flowers in them. That's the belly band. All the artwork except the black and white pages, the sketch pages from the almanac, is from the kit. There's just so much on it. I mean, you can just select the bits that... I mean, I know some people don't like things that are a bit creepy, like this one here. But this one here is not creepy. Forget-me-nots, my favourite. They grow like weeds in my garden. So just to press those onto there is lovely. This is another flappy out bit. Again, that's the double page cut in half to make 2 flaps. And then I stuck matching wildflowers on it. And that's the writing space. I'm going to write that off out writing space. This is an awkward shaped journal to put on camera, I have to say. They're just stickers, just to make a cluster. But again, you can see the kinds of images that are in the kit. And another forget-me-not. Tags. That was a double page. Cut in half again. Cut into a tag. The backs of the tags are just plain for writing on. Double page spread, torn into pockets. There's the other half of that sleeping child one. With a buttercup on. And all the flowers are out of my garden, so... So these are pages, but then that's a sticker of the person on the top. I think you see them in the back here. I fussy cut the stickers, the people out. But I printed them on sticker paper first, because I figured that was easier when it comes to gluing them in place. I haven't put the crows on yet. The crows have got to go on. More pockets. This is double pocket page. Again, using the Hessian as the top. That's a panel from the kit. Cut in half. You see the lady's face on it. And that's the hair down there. But because I've used the Hessian... Oh, dropped one of my tags. I've used the Hessian as a border and then just frayed it back. And more dried flowers. More images, more tags. Look at that wolf. The wolf and the bunny. It's got a little forget-me-not stuck on there. I love the matte finish pouches because shiny tends to detract for me from a matte image. So they're more expensive than the shiny ones. I don't understand why they have to do that. But I guess it's because they're quite new as a product. But worth it. Worth it for the look. I mean, you can hardly even see that flower on there. Another cluster to hide the joins. Another bookmark type piece. That's, yeah, I just had a broken leaf and it was in the laminator and I'd broke it as I put it in. But it doesn't matter. It still has an effect. These, again, are just writing spaces. They're just layers of the book page from the almanac page. And just the subtle, the flowers, they were ones that were damaged and I thought, well, I'll just try them anyway. But they work for this kind of thing. And again, the pocket, because that's a double page wrapped round the pocket, round the side of the page. Another bookmarky thing. The geranium leaves. They were brilliant for pressing and laminating. One of the characters. I will be putting more journal cards in them. And then on the back page here, I went for an envelope pocket. See, that's one of June's papers. That's some borders. I just cut it and stuck it and overlapped. Little dried forget-me-not. Inside book pages again from the almanac. That one's making wreaths from autumn flowers and berries. I love this old dude. And a little coffee stained, well, it's tea stained, I don't do a coffee stain. Tea stained paper, little notepad, and that just slides over to hold the pages in place. So you can always put fresh paper in when you want to. And then that just ties shut as a bow. So nothing overcomplicated. I always told my bows always come out upside down. I don't know why. So I'm going to leave that. It's going to annoy me. But I just adore that kit. And I can hear hubby coming down the stairs now. So I'm going to turn off the camera and say, go check out the kits. There's something for everybody in our collections. There's thousands and thousands of images. He's trying to be quiet, so I'll stop the video now. Talk again soon.